Welcome to Fan Expo, where being a nerd is a good thing. And I think in a place like this, I can find a few. Hunter S. Thompson, this is classic. Where did you get the idea to do this?
Hold on. I'm a big fan of Hunter S. Thompson, and Fear and Loathing's my favorite book and movie, so I just wanted to. I have a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas tattoo, actually.
Back in the days when someone called you a nerd, that was like fighting words, right? So you don't mind being called a nerd?
Not at all. I love it.
What's it like being a nerd?
Oh, it's a great experience. I've met a lot of friends through it, and I've got a lot of self-confidence through actually being a nerd.
Really?
Yeah.
So, were you a nerd in high school?
Maybe a closeted nerd, a bit of that.
So you don't mind being called a nerd nowadays?
Absolutely not. It's like a badge of honor.
You're such a nerd. Nerd. Get out of here, nerd!
You get out of here.
When I grew up, being a nerd was a bad thing. What's a nerd like in this day and age?
Probably someone that's tech savvy, into comics, board games, video games. Now that like being an adult and working and having my own money, now I can spend money on stupid, nerdy, childish things. I just never really grew up.
Were you always a nerd?
Yeah, in a way I was. I started getting more a nerd as the cosplay industry started growing, and I started tinkering with it because I was a kid. I never really did Halloween, like make costumes, and now I'm making costumes and getting better as I go along.
All right, so it's not a problem if anybody calls you a nerd now?
Nope, absolutely not. It'd be an honor.
You are a nerd. Such a nerd. Hey, nerd, what's going on? Damn it, not even shook. When you were going to high school, were you a nerd?
Yeah, I was. I was in the Anime, Archery, and Anachronism Club, so we did like chainmail. I've been going to cons for over 10 years, back when it wasn't so cool, and you got made fun of for it.
So did you get bullied for it?
Yeah, I also like had no fashion sense and did not take care of this.
And this is taken care of right now.
Well, yeah.
So
I'm in costume. You got to represent properly.
Nerds come in all shapes and sizes. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I am fine. How are you enjoying the Fan Expo?
It's very fun. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and they seem to add more stuff to it, so it's very cool.
So when I was growing up, being a nerd was a bad thing. Were you a nerd in high school?
Definitely, yes. Lots of Dungeons and Dragons, lots of tabletop games, all of the comic books I can get my hands on, so very much so.
Now, when I was growing up also, the nerds got picked on. By looking at you, big boy, they probably weren't messing with you.
Typically no, but every so often you'd get like a group of 5 or 6 that would weigh in on me. I could take about 3 or 4, but after that I was kind of done.
So nowadays, you don't mind being called a nerd, right?
Absolutely not.
Nerd. Man, you're such a nerd. You are such a nerd.
Get away from me, puny man.
It's better to be yourself and to just get it out. Why be afraid?
Yep, yeah, better to be yourself for sure. That's what I tell the girls, yep.
Now, this is family?
Family.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, so who is the biggest nerd and who started the nerdum first?
Actually,
she's not here.
Yeah, she's standing in line to see Stan Lee.
So how cool is it to be a nerd?
Well, it's cool because you get to be different. You like a whole bunch of different things. Everybody has their own interests. So like there's Doctor Who nerds, there's all those fandoms that you're always there's a community with it, and that's what the best part is, I think.
Now, in high school, were you a nerd?
I was always a nerd, I think.
Did you get teased?
No, I'm too confident for that.
Yeah, you know you're a nerd, right? Nerd. So you know I'm kind of a nerd myself.
You wish.
We're the Beetlejuice family, and you're watching Comic Asylum.